Hello again there guys, Brian here at 3TR and welcome to the episode of Superman Month, and this time I will be reviewing the fourth and last of the Christopher Reeve Superman films, simply titled Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. And boy is this movie terrible. Now, for those of you who have never seen this movie, if you have seen the movie Batman and Robin, I can guarantee you this movie is so much worse. And it probably killed the Superman franchise longer than that movie did, because in terms of Batman and Robin, I think this series was dead for, what, 6 years? Until Batman Begins came out. But for this, Superman really had been dead until Bryan Singer would try to resurrect it with Superman Returns. But anyway, getting back to Superman 4. It was directed by Sidney Furie, and in terms of plot, oh God. Give me a minute. I gotta get myself together for this one. Okay. Superman goes home to the farm at Smallville. Apparently someone wants to buy it, and then he goes back to Metropolis, and someone buys the Daily Planet, and they kind of want to turn it from newspapers to tabloids, and you know, everyone's not really happy with that. And somehow Lex Luthor gets one of his family relatives to break him out of jail, and decides he's going to go after Superman again. And then some kid writes a letter to Superman saying, can you please get rid of all the nuclear weapons? And then he shows up at the UN, I think, and he announces that I'm going to get rid of all the nuclear weapons in the world, and just everyone applauds him. I'm like, I can't even go for it with the plot, because it goes so much ridiculously stupid. The biggest problem with this film is that whoever wrote this clearly did not know what the hell they were writing. I think this is a clear example of them not really having an idea for a movie, but just writing it up as it goes along. Because literally nothing really builds up to anything. I mean, the most of this movie ever really builds up to anything in any terms of like story or plot is that Lex Luthor goes to some museum where they actually have a piece of Superman's hair on display showing how indestructible it is, and it's so stupid. It's like one of the biggest plot holes, and he simply is able to cut it. Literally, he's able to just take a pair of scissors or something and just cut the hair. So apparently it's not indestructible. And he manages to attach it to some box, and he throws some ingredients in it, like kind of like the Powerpuff Girls. We're going to add sugar and spice and everything nice. And so he decides to add brain, some crap, and other things, attach to a bomb and shoot it into space. And then Superman catches it, throws it into the sun, and somehow it causes some type of fetus to be born in space. And it grows to a full-grown man with a costume who has these really long-ass, just scary-looking 80s gold nails. It's kind of like Meg's power in Family Guy when she gets in that nuclear chemical waste. Her only power is she can make her nails longer. And he's Nuclear Man, and he has Lex Luthor's voice. And he decides, you know, I'm going to do something evil. And so he has this really terribly choreographed fight with Superman. And it pretty much ends with him picking up the Statue of Liberty and then kind of throwing him, but instead of being like a smart person with some rational sense and attacking Superman while he's trying to save the Statue of Liberty, he kind of waits for Superman to kind of fly it and kind of almost put it in place, and he cuts Superman on the neck, and apparently that kind of starts draining his powers away, even though it just makes no sense, because although, you know, since nuclear can hurt Superman, all he has to do is absorb solar energy, which is the sun. So basically all he would have to do is go outside in the sun, and he should be perfectly fine. But apparently that doesn't work this time, so he has to grab this stupid crystal that he got from the farm in the beginning of the film. And I'm guessing it's the same crystal that he used if you saw the Richard Lester version of Superman 2. And it gives him his powers back. And it all ends in this stupid climactic fight where, you know, they're flying all throughout space, and there's this stupid plot hole. And as you can tell, this review is in no particular order, and I don't even have any real structure of how to review this film, because that is a clear definition of what this movie is like to watch, or how to even sit through it, because there is absolutely no form of structure. It is literally nothing but random events happening in no particular order. It's like someone was filming random scenes, jumbled them all up, and then just put it slap by slap by slap, regardless if it makes any goddamn sense. And it ends with Superman coming back to the UN and saying, you know, it's really not my place to get rid of and solve Earth's problems, because if people want freedom, then they will get it if they want it bad enough. And he basically flies off like he does in every other Superman movie, and hoping there's going to be Superman 5, which if you actually do some research, there actually was plans to do a 5th one. And I mean, going back to Batman and Robin, that movie is bad on the level of, the movie is more of like a cartoon, and it's so bad because we actually expected it to be good, but it's so bad that it's like more of a comedy, and it's actually fun to watch. But if you are a Superman fan, or a comic book fan in general, there is just no sense as for how they even came up with this idea. It's like if Superman 3 had a good concept and it just wasn't executed well, this one didn't even have a good concept they didn't even have a good concept to start off with, and they just wanted to make a 4th Superman film just to make a 4th Superman film with no real direction of how to make a Superman film. And I so badly want to give this movie an F-, but the only 2 things that I will give this movie credit for is that it has the Superman music, you know, the John Williams one, and Christopher Reeve is doing the best he can with shitty material. And God rest his soul, because this must have been painful to work through. So, just because of those 2 reasons, I'm going to give Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, a D-. The very bare minimum, right above an F. But it's still a terrible movie. Don't go watch it. Don't even rent it. You're better off pretending that this one doesn't exist. If you like this video review, please like, comment down below, and please subscribe to keep track of me in my future episodes of Superman Month. And please join me next week when I give my official review going back to the supposed return, with the Return of Superman, or Superman Returns, whatever the hell it was called, because it wasn't all that great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.